There's one thing that can help you when you're driving on slippery ice and snow more than anything else, and that's knowledge, knowing what to do to stay in control. For that potentially life-saving knowledge, we went to Steamboat Springs, Colorado, to the renowned Bridgestone Winter Driving School.
We've poured about 40,000 gallons of water on every track, allowed them to freeze. So we push snow on top of them every morning, and typically it gets snowed on a lot out here, but unfortunately you are driving on solid ice.
And driving on solid ice is just about as treacherous as you can get. Here, drivers learn how to deal with those situations that can get you in serious trouble. Turns can be especially difficult, and when you're turning a corner, you may have to deal with something called oversteer. It's when your car is steering too much.
So if you turn in and suddenly the car goes out of control, don't forget where you're looking. Steer to get there. Maybe even have to add some throttle to put some additional grip on the rear tires of the car to regain control after an oversteer.
On the other hand, if your car tries to go straight when you turn, that's called understeer.
So if we happen to be driving along, come into an icy corner, and steer with the steering wheel too much, we might find that we have to reduce the amount of steering. Suddenly, the front tires can regain grip and carry us where we'd like to go.
Regaining that grip between the surface and your tires is key in maintaining control. You might think that the colder it gets, the more slippery it is. Well, it's not exactly true. When the temperature's at 32 degrees, it's very slippery because the water is still wet. The closer to zero it gets, the more grippy the road becomes and the more traction you have. Bringing your car to a controlled stop is also vital. Many newer cars have anti-lock brakes, and you should know if yours has them.
The way to use ABS, anti-lock brakes, is just to stand on the pedal with a lot of pressure, and that lets the system know you want maximum braking from all the tires, and it can be working on all the tires. Alternatively, if you don't have ABS or the ABS malfunctions, you might have to pump the brakes. And we call it cadence braking, where we're pumping the brake up to the point of lockup and then releasing it suddenly.
Nearly all vehicles come with all-season tires, okay in snow, but they don't provide the grip winter tires do. Winter tires are made with a different rubber compound that grips better in cold weather and an optimized tread width. I tried an SUV with all-season tires and found it skidded more and didn't stop as surely.
Takes a while, doesn't it? Oh, and you can see how sideways the car is on these tires. Yeah.
But in an SUV with winter tires, the improvement was noticeable. Now, you may never drive in conditions quite as harsh as these, but it's always good to know there are things you can do to help you be as in control as possible. In Steamboat Springs, Colorado, for AutoNet TV, I'm Scott Newell.